G'day, my name is Jeff Gregg. I'm going to talk about ABC Iview and ways of thwarting the government, the ABC's intention in forcing people to use username and passwords. If you don't know what ABC Iview is, I'll take you there. This is ABC Iview, right? And at the moment, or up until the end of this month, you don't have to do anything to use it. You can just go in and start using it. But you'll notice it says live news and entertainment anywhere, anytime. Create a free ABC account to continue watching across all your, whatever that is, all your things anyway. So at the moment, if you want to use ABC Iview, you can without having a username and password. But as of the 1st of July, they're going to change that, all right? So just before we go on, what is ABC Iview? All right, if I go in and show you what it is, it gives you the ability to watch a lot of the ABC programs that aren't necessarily on your may not be already on been broadcast or have been broadcast, and it's like what people call catch-up TV. So you can go and watch, various things. You can go and this is not going to work. Why is it not working? Okay. Tap your Chromecast. It's not to cast a TV. I don't want to cast. Okay. So these are some of the programs that you can watch here. You just touch these things and you can watch the programs. But in the future, as I said, that what I want to do is make it so that you have to have a username and password. So explain what this is all about. I've created a website that explains this. And by the way, SBS are doing the same thing. All right. If I can find it. This is what I wrote about it. Okay. So the fully taxpayer-funded national broadcaster, the ABC, has made a decision to force everybody that use their Iview product, which is the thing I just showed you before, to have a username and password. And this is, if you can go to that link there, it shows you part of the story. And it says from July 2021, we'll be asking you to log into the ABC account to stream programs on ABC via you. So I also made another video about this, and you can watch that. I'll put that's the video there. I'll put a link to it at this video. The reason given for this move is they will give viewers a better customer experience by providing suggestions applicable to their viewing habits, the ability to resume a video from the point where it was last watched, as well as other benefits. Now, another reason given is that this is the way other streaming services operate. The other services are not fully taxpayer funded. So, for example, you go to Netflix, or you go to Stan or one of those where you actually pay to use those. If you want to use Channel 9 or Channel 7 or Channel 10, catch-up TV, you've got to have a username and password. However, they're commercial operations, right? And indirectly, you're paying for that. We're directly paying for the ABC to use the ABC. Another reason given is that the other other streaming service operates that way. So, but they're not taxpayer funded, as I said. Now, for those people that want to have the functionality that they've talked about, like I said before, where you can resume a video where you last left off, or certain other benefits, that's all very well. However, it's not going to be optional. And no reason has been given for not making it optional. In other words, you'll have to have a username and password whether you want it or not. Now, regardless of the objections that have been made, the ABC is pushing ahead with it. So, I've decided to come up with a way to thwart the ABC's Iview plans. Now, if you're concerned about your security and don't want that you have to use a username and password that could possibly uniquely identify you, but wish to continue to use ABC Iview, I recommend you do what I'm going to mention a little bit later on. Now, everyone uses the one username and password. Now, normally, you have a username and password, for example, on your bank account or on your email address or something like that, to keep information secure to self. You have information that you want to keep private, but you don't want others to see or have. Now, in the case of ABC Iview, and also, for that matter, SBS Catch-Up, it's the opposite way around. By having a username and password, you will be giving information about your personal viewing habits to somebody else. In other words, they'll be able to know what television programs you're watching, etc. Now, the way I overcome this is I've set up a special Gmail email account, which is that particular one there. All right, it's simply called thisisnotme184@gmail.com. So I'm going to copy that. Okay, right, and copy that there. And use it to create an ABC account with that name, which is called This Is Not Me. It has a password of capital A, 123456, and then a lowercase z. Now, you can use those details to log into ABC Iview rather than setting up your own account, unless for whatever reasons you want to have your own account. It's actually easier to use this account than having to set up your own account. Now, the more people do this, the more the ABC will see that what they're doing is wrong, and by trying to force people to use a username and password. It also means that your individual viewing habits will not be able to be determined because multiple people, hopefully, if it gets working properly, thousands will be using this one account. Now, to show you how this is going to work before I read on any more about this, let's actually go to the ABC Iview and where I was before. That's SBS. No, it isn't. That's SBS. Yes, so I'll go to the ABC one, which is not there. Where is it? Okay, we'll go to ABC Iview, and we'll tell it to log in. Okay, when it comes up. Come on. Okay, I'm already into it, so I'll just go back. I'll go back to there. You normally log in, I think. Okay, so it says sign up with email. You already have an account. I'll log in. So I'm going to log in. Okay, log in with your email. I'm going to do that. I'm going to use that email address that I set up. Okay, so I'm going to paste that in there. This is not me. Okay, righto. I'm going to drop down to the next thing, which is the password. I'm going to type in, as I said, password is capital A, and then the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, normally I would never ever give a password away in an email, in a video, but I am in this particular case. I'm actually going to show it so you can see what it is, and log in with email. So there we are. Now logged in. Great, you're logged in. I'm logged in. Now, of course, I'm logged in with that username and password, and I'm giving this email and password away to everybody, so everybody can log in. The thing is, though, that means that if other people log in and that, they're going to get their viewing habits combined with mine. If multiple log in, that's not going to make any difference, so why have to have it? So I'm suggesting that we shouldn't have to have a username and password, and to Fraught them having a username and password, I'm providing this username or email address and password to everybody else. Okay, so just go back to what else I was saying there. Okay, which is okay, that's not what I wanted. Get to. Okay, get back. Where was I? Where's this account gone? Okay. Right, there it is. Okay, so we use that email and password, then people can't follow it. Just a couple of other things. I've done a similar sort of thing for SBS, right? So rather than you setting up an account with SBS and using your email and giving away all information to SBS, who will be selling it on to other people, I use the surname of This Is and the password once again A123456, and once again the same email address. This is not me, 184@gmail.com. Okay, so I rarely ask people to pass information around, pass information on, but in this case I'm asking you to do so because it can achieve something positively, the reversal of the bad decision on behalf of the ABC and, for that matter, SBS. Now, just a couple of little technical things. They might be able to circumvent this legally or technically. They might say that you can't do that for some legal reason. I don't know why. It's possible both legally and technically the ABC could circumvent the use of this the above account. If they do, it will just prove they have other motives than what they are articulating. In other words, they want to be able to grab this information to sell it on to somebody else. Now, most people might think, if you think this whole thing's not worth worrying about, consider that it could be the thin edge of the wedge. At some point in the future, broadcast TV may become defunct and be replaced by streaming service only. most likely advertisers would love that because they will be able to do 100% targeted advertising and know exactly if it's effective. That's the whole idea of getting information about you. Some commentators have stated that because of the changing technology, in the future, corporations and governments will know more about individuals than individuals know about themselves. So consider this in determining what to do and don't and what to do or don't do right now. So I'm suggesting don't use your own email address and set up an account with SBS and the ABC. Use that one that I've set up before, and I'll just go back and show it again, and I'll put it in the comments at the bottom of this email. So the email address is thisisnotme184@gmail.com, and the password is capital A 123456 and lowercase z. As I said, I'll put that in the comments. Got any questions or any comments about this? Please add them to the comments or email me. Other than that, that's it. Goodbye.